Almost 20 years, Knox County seated a partisan school board. State lawmakers paved the way for that change. And for more on the makeup of the school board and a decision about a new charter school facing that board in the coming months, insight and background tonight from our reporting colleagues at Compass. We are back with Jesse Mashark, one of the co-founders of Compass. It's an online news source that focuses on Knoxville and Knox County in particular, our politics. And Jesse, let's start there because the school board is different than we've seen in years. It is now partisan with a different majority.
Right. So the school board just went through its first partisan elections in 20 years because the state legislature basically made a change in state law. And the result of that is that we now have basically a 5-member Republican majority on the 9-member board. And then there are 2 candidates who were elected as Democrats this year. And so they're new on the board, and 2 other members who have been there and were elected in a nonpartisan fashion. So they're still kind of independent. But functionally, what we have is a Republican majority on the school board now.
Let's look at one of the issues that this board will likely be taking up in the coming months and years, and that is having to do with charter schools. And there's one in particular that you just wrote about that is based in Chattanooga, but looking at opening one in particular for boys here in Knox County.
Right. It's going to be called the Knoxville Preparatory School, and it's basically modeled on a school just like it in Chattanooga, which is an all-boys school. It will eventually serve grades 6 through 12. This would only be the 2nd charter school in Knox County. We only have one right now, Emerald Academy, which makes us kind of unusual for the big counties in Tennessee. Most of the rest of them have many more. But I think it's a sign of what we're going to see more of, with Governor Bill Lee making such a strong push for it at the state level. And also many members of the current school board were elected saying they're very open to charter schools and to other kind of options that might be presented to parents.
You spoke to a new school board member just elected in the 1st district. The Reverend said he's open to listening, but he's not sold on charter schools. And you've heard that from others, as have we.
Yeah, Reverend John Butler in the 1st district, definitely during his campaign, and he's one of the Democrats who got elected, said he had some concerns about possibly taking resources away from existing schools. The reality is local school boards have very little power to actually, unless there's a real flaw in an application, the state has kind of made it hard for local districts not to approve these when they're proposed.
We will likely see this charter school open up in 2024. You can read more about Jesse's reporting on that at compassknox.com. We always appreciate the insight, Jesse. Thank you.